Hello again, everyone. I'm Nesbit, you're the People of Skyrim. I'm going to start a new game. We are now testing the all-in-one patch that's had WINTERSUN support built into it. Okay, hence the new game start. The single patch for Xbox and PC I've sorted. I've worked out the best way to run that with other mods like alternate start or other mods like that. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly create a new character, I guess. Hi Squared, nice to see you. I'm okay, how are you? You doing well? Been busy, mate, doing lots of different things, but I'll get into that as we go through the oh shit, as we go through the stream. What am I doing here? I'll just sort of throw together a default character, really, folks. Good to hear it. Eye colour. I guess it doesn't really matter, but let's go with that. Shape. Something like that, I guess. Just want some scarring on this guy, I guess. And some war paint. My usual snow sort of character that I like to do. Just as a default. Quick and easy. Okay. So we'll see how this goes, and we're going to start it, oh shit. We're going to start it, Rorikstead, folks, and we're going to go down to where we pretty much left off in the last stream when we had the online crash with the single patch. And like I said, did a lot of work in between now and the last stream. And as I said, mods in between WINTERSUN, TPOSC and the patch will affect gameplay. And so that means, depending on what setup you have, right? Oh, hi. Cheers. Say hello to Python for me, Square. So depending on what setup you have, you may have mods that negate conflicts or increase them, all right? Stuff like that. So, but this is now the test for the all-in-one patch, okay? That will be updated and for the mod pack. Hello, NATO. Good to see you. Thanks for joining me, mate. Okay, let's go. So, we're going to start at Rorikstead, and and this will be the last stream today, folks. If this goes well, because I'll just do some more local testing, and then I'll put the patches out, and I'll update the all-in-one, and I'll update the mod pack with some new updates. But I've just got to, like I say, do some testing first. We'll go to Rorikstead.
Approach, my child, and choose where your new life shall begin.
Brilliant. Is he not on PC then, Squared? What's he on? Just listening. Is he at work or something? Is he? Just give my best to Python. Tell him I said hello. And I wish him and his family well, I wish you all the best, Python, if you're listening. Okay. What am I doing? What am I doing? I want to go to Rorikstead. Sorry, I'm just getting my bearings here.
Even the lowest among us can rise to greatness.
Okay. Because what we're going to do is, the first thing we're going to do is, folks, if you remember rightly, is with the single patch in the last stream, at the end of the last stream, we had that little crash.
Warm drinks, warm beds.
Nice. I didn't get it offline, so it might have just been an online thing. I did feel a little bit of pull around there, like we did in stream, even locally. So I did a little bit of work, and hopefully it's all resolved now. That's for the single patch. Now, this is the all-in-one patch for the mod pack. And let's go and see what happens in this playthrough. I'm hoping there's not going to be any issues. I've obviously done the lighthouse. I've sorted Dragon Bridge. Just edited around Dragon Bridge. And I'm just going to let all the scripts load up and everything do what it's got to do. I'm just going to excuse me. Let's just check download is kicked in. Okay. No, Squared, I don't. I've never checked that one out. The trade and barter. I'll have a look at it down the line. Okay, so let's do this. We're going to go to...
How can I help a brother not?
So far in this all-in-one patch, I've actually tried to keep any edits minimal and only as required. And any, you know, brought forward any references that I need to bring forward in the all-in-one patch for WINTERSUN, TPOSC and other mods. So I've done the lighthouse, I've done Dragon Bridge because that was definitely an issue. But what did make the issues worse? Not vanilla now, because I did a. Let me just start again, folks. I did a vanilla test of WINTERSUN with just TPOSC and WINTERSUN, and there were some performance issues, nothing major, but there were some crossovers, and the patch is required, so there's no doubt about that. But with the mod pack, it was far more severe. Once I put WINTERSUN below alternate start, and I did a few more edits to allow for other mods that I'm running in the mod pack, the single patch, and change the placement of the single patch in the load order, which is below the TPOSC alternate start patch, it worked fine. The performance was good, everything sort of seemed to clear up. So it's about a few more edits in the patch, and again, you know, if you're using alternate start in other mods like that, you've got to be aware that there are some crossovers. So what I'm saying is, you know, I've worked out the best way to run WINTERSUN with TPOSC on its own and with other mods. So that was for the single patch. So for the all-in-one patch, which we're testing today, it should be a lot less complicated, okay? Because when you have single patches, you're going to have single, you know, it's not being all blended in nicely. That's the one thing about having an all-in-one patch. You can blend everything in, all right? And it's not all crossing over, because once you have single patches, those nav meshes and references, you know, they're all standing on their own and they're all crossing over. Let's just kill these bums. Is Yoef here, is he? Oh, hello, Yoef. Sorry, I didn't notice you there. Oh, Christ, I've just got to do a cheat, folks. I'm just going to do a full-on cheat. Ow. Because I've got no armor or anything. These bandits would kill me, so I've basically nothing, so, but like I said, I just want to test, get on with it. Nice. I've actually missed streaming. I've missed playing the mod pack. It's fun. How you doing, Yoef? You alright? Life good? Nice to see you. Where am I going now? There's one more, isn't there? Where is he? Oh, there he is. Okay, let's kill him.
Put you down.
You're gonna put me down, Cap? Oh, you're not, mate. You're sick. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. It's crap, isn't it? I'm actually starting to feel a little bit better with the sun coming out. I must admit, my chest has been feeling it for the last 3 months or so. But a lot of that is just down to stress. You know, I won't go into details, but we've had a lot of shit here. Family members dying and stuff, and, you know, it's been a hard period, sustained period, you know. I'm sorry if you're feeling rough, folks. You know, so we've had this long winter. You know, the flowers are starting to bloom now. Spring starts to feel... It's warming up a little bit, so... we got the school holidays, so... yeah, hopefully, just... We're going to plan to get out, hopefully, and get to the beach 1 or 2 days. Just have some breaks. It's been tough around here for a while, so... you know. But, well, tougher than usual, let's put it that way. So... yeah, let's just say I've, you know, my family's needed me a lot more, and that's just part of life. Yeah. So, yeah, my missus has gone through a lot. I'm not going to go into details because she wouldn't appreciate me talking about her business online, so I respect that. But needless to say, you know, it's been tough here for about 8 or 9 months, more than that, really, because it's all been so drawn out. I'll just say this, folks, when I die, I hope it's quick. I hope I don't linger. You know, I hope that the universe takes me quickly, and that is that, you know. So I'm just going to check this area again where we crashed with the single patch when we were trying to work out WINTERSUN with everything. And if I've done my work right, hopefully we won't crash today or have any anomalies. But like I say, the all-in-one patch should work a little bit smoother and easier, simply because of the way it's built and the way everything's come together. So let's see, whereabouts was I when we were about here, weren't we? We were looking at the waterfall. I killed that guy and then we jumped down. So I'm just going to check to see if it happens. I mean, like I say, it might have been just stream stress or something going on in the background, because in stream sometimes we do see the anomaly. I see anomalies in stream that I never see online. But again, I accept I'm putting a lot more on the graphics card because it's running everything. So, you know, as long as I don't see it in local plays, I don't fret too much. You know, it might piss me off because I want you to see the purity of you know, the patches in the mod pack and all the work that I'm doing. You know, and I don't want also either to give people excuses to knock the work and say it's, you know, poor or anything like that, because it's not. But so far so good, no crashes. Let's go this way because we went this way. So that's why I get a little bit pissed off sometimes when if I have an online crash, and especially if it doesn't repeat locally, you know. But or when I'm playing locally, you know, not streaming, so there's not that extra pressure on the card. Okay, so far, touch wood, we're okay. Now we're going to head to Dragon Bridge, because we need to test around the shrine that that's on the road that heads towards Miko's shack. Then we'll go to Winterhold. Then we're just going to run around and play. And again, I'm going to be relaxed, folks, because you know, as I said, it's been tough, and my work's been very demanding as well. This mod pack, all the patches. I've now got to go, after I've got this out and I've updated the mod pack to revision 4, I'll be moving on to TPOSC 2. And we'll be streaming some TPOSC 2. I'll still be streaming TPOSC in the mod pack, and I'll be working on the all-in-one mod Haffingar. So the workload's only going to increase, but there you go, that's life. It's nice to see around this area, because I'm not feeling any distress.
What was that?
Now she should path correctly, because that's all right. That's good. So these are my TPOSC road travellers. I've given them actually a bandit friend faction, so they don't get attacked. Okay, so that's why they don't get attacked by bandits. Let's move on then, and just go on to Dragon Bridge. So far so good. Touch wood. Let's save just in case. This patch seems to be, so far, seems very smooth, so that's good. And generally with, not always folks, but generally with conflicts, or not, I'll caveat, because it's not always, because sometimes you're just in big areas and your frames will drop anywhere, like rifting areas, but they're always very demanding, always have been, if you run anything more than vanilla. But again, with conflicts, you will see a drop in frames, you know, generally more sometimes, but that's not always the case. Sometimes frames just drop. Depends on again what you're running, how much you're running, so on and so forth. Yeah, I turned it on for you, mate. Squared. And again, that's the thing with the all-in-one patch. The all-in-one patch, because you're not running multiple patches that are crossing over, it's a one solidified patch. It holds and anchors, you know, this whole mod pack together really well. That's one of the reasons why the frames hold so well, because if you were running half of the stuff I was running in individual patches, you'd have a nightmare. And I know, because I've tried over the years, you know, and that's why I say to people, TPOSC is a no compromise mod. The only reason you can compromise and run stuff well with it now is because of this all-in-one patch. You can run lots of individual patches with TPOSC, but you're going to have problems. You're going to have problems because those individual patches will cross over. You know, people always want too much in terms of, you know, TPOSC always was a no compromise mod. But again, you know, where am I going? I remember why I did what I did was because, like I say, users that Patreon me, that support me, that have been nice, they've been decent. I don't mind working hard and putting stuff out for people like that, you know. So and like I say, people that support me, I'm quite, if I can do something, you know, I will. So when the mod pack come out, I thought, okay, why not? I would like to use some more mods with TPOSC. I wouldn't mind putting an EMB together with it because I've got all the quest inversion to come. Now, do you remember we had a pool here? So far, now I'm going to turn because this was the moment. It's not there. You see, that's the beauty of an all-in-one pack. It's not there. I'm not getting... Now, I edited around here and I refinalized the nav mesh. They do very much, yeah. I'm gonna add to that square, Zeus. Right, okay, so if you see NPCs doing weird shit, not pathing like they should, not following their AI routines like they should, right? That can be one of two things in my experience. One, you've got a conflict with other mods, you've got multiple mod conflicts, or your system's overloaded. And that system, because it's overloaded, the scripts are processing hasn't got enough juice to function. That's another reason I did this mod pack, because we're not getting that pool. Now we've got to go to Miko's shack. I'll go back to Dragon's Bridge then, because there was a pool with Miko's shack with the single patch, and that was okay. And I sorted that out as well by placement of load order and a couple of little tweaks as well. Because I'll just say about Navmesh here, don't forget here, folks, we got 3 mods. We got TPOSC, we got Lux Fire, and we've got WINTERSUN. Now they're all editing the same cells or in the same area, and they're all adjacent to each other. Now whether or not they're touching the nav mesh, they put collisions in the game. Lux puts collisions in the game so NPCs don't bounce into them. Okay, TPOSC has collisions and nav mesh, and so all this is a fuck up for destroying AI routines or pathing. And it doesn't matter whether or not, right, WINTERSUN changes the nav mesh, whether this is just a piece of rock with this script or whatever, it's still sitting adjacent to Lux and to TPOSC, and it still has now the basic vanilla nav mesh, right, within its construct, and all the other basic vanilla references that haven't been touched. But so when you go in, so when I go into my patches, all I do, right, is make sure that all the nodes and all the nav mesh and the cells are finalized, and the nodes are touching each other. They're not spaced apart, because that will actually cause small deficiencies in performance. As I said, I never talk about what I don't know. I don't know textures, right, and I don't know meshes and shit like that much, but I do know nav mesh work, and I do know how mods perform when they're crossing over, right? Thank you, Python. So what I'm saying is, folks, right, you know, this all-in-one patch is vital for the success of this mod pack. There is some drops. There's a slight fluctuation there, but again, nothing major. And you will get your natural. And don't forget, I'm streaming as well, so I'm not gonna, you know, don't go getting concerned or having a head fit if we lose a few frames here and there. I'd be surprised if we didn't. Miko's shack was the one when we approached Miko. It jerked like hell. There. And there it is. There's some drops there, let's see, just to prove the point. So maybe I need to do some more work around here. It's not as bad as it was, but we've now got to run to the shack and back from the shack and make sure there's no crashes. And we've got to run around the area now, all right? But I can tell already, and I'm in stream as well, that it's better than it was. So that's a good start. So there's some refinement to do, I think. But overall, it's a pretty good start. Touch wood, I keep saying that. So, yeah, so what I'm saying is, you know, believe me, you know, I've been doing this for a long time, and I want to emphasize that, because I'm not just, you know, saying this. All this has come from observation over 10 years, working for 10 years, week in, week out, non-stop, learning about how all this shit comes together. You know, people will say, oh yeah, I've got this mod and that mod, but that mod doesn't edit any nav mesh, and this mod doesn't do that, so they should be fine together. No, not necessarily. They might be, but not necessarily. And there are many reasons why. Because, like I say, Lux puts, just for a brief second, yeah, Lux squared. Lux puts collisions all round his items, right? He doesn't touch nav mesh in a lot of instances, except for his bridges, but he puts collisions on top of nav mesh. Now, Lux, and now his collisions for his mod alone isn't an issue. But you start putting in other mods within the same cells or adjacent cells, and that starts fucking things up quite quickly. Same with JKs. JKs use nothing but collisions. and some nav mesh. So believe me, I'll give you an example. Even with my mod, I can choose to either nav mesh or put a collision down in my cell. And more often, I'll tell you why I favour nav mesh work, because collisions can cause some weird fucking anomalies that nav mesh won't, and that's my experience. So that's why I generally nav mesh everything, rather than there's that drop again as we turn. I know where the cells and there's 4 adjacent cells that meet up here, right? They all meet up here, and this is where the pool is. Do you see? So it's a nav mesh where these cells and these 3 mods are crossing over, because we've got Lux here. My cells, my work affects the cells here. So this all-in-one patch just needs a slight tweak, a slight touch-up to bring all these 3 mods into perfect alignment, so those frames don't move like that. Because I guarantee you, even though the frames online are fluctuating a bit more, they fluctuate less in a local play, but there is definitely, without a doubt, a crossover and an effect from the 3 mods, Lux, WINTERSUN, and the TPOSC settlement there. Now you might say, hey Jake, nice to see you. Nice to see you. Always nice to see you guys and girls, right? Now you may say, but Nesbit, you're 4 or 5 cells away now. You must be 6 cells away, 7 cells away. Well, it doesn't matter. If there's an anomaly, right, you can have in nav mesh, and it is the nav mesh that will bring it all together in the cells of those 3 mods. I can be 100 cells away and have a fucking crash, and it can all come back to here. All right. So when I say to you, you know, like I say, I will never say that there's 49, there 50. So let's move on now. We're going to go to do some other tests now. We got to go to Windtown. You know, if like people have said on these streams, right? Oh, I don't get no issues with WINTERSUN. Well, you know, and I've got 1,000 mods or whatever. I can understand that. That's quite possible. And as I said before, and I'm going to explain why again, just so you know, right? You could have a mod or mods between WINTERSUN and TPOSC in the patch or whatever that balance it out. Or you can have mods and run mods that make it worse. All right? And that's why everybody gets different experiences. You'll hear them talk online. I have no problems with TPOSC. I crash with TPOSC every time. The author's a shithead. It's a crap mod. Duh, duh, duh. Yeah, it's only because they've got limited experience of what they're talking about. You know? You need at least 30, Seuss. You need 30 frames per second for the game to run properly, all right? And I'm just giving you that information, all right? Because I think it's important. When you play your game, you know what to look out for. You can tell what's going on. You know, like again, you know, if you're running lots of patches, folks, you're asking, hello, Secret Lemonade. Good start to the day, mate. Thanks for the compliment. I'm just going to pause there. Now, another thing, I'll just quickly say, folks, I'm going to have a little break and I'm just going to have a little locket. But when I came into the cell with a single patch, this was just vanilla. This was just vanilla, right? And the single patch for WINTERSUN, right? And I only had the unofficial patch in alternate start. But I had WINTERSUN above alternate start, and there were fuckers standing around. This, you know, it's all fucked up. I put WINTERSUN below alternate start, and the WINTERSUN TPOSC patch below the alternate start patch, right? And it worked absolutely fine. So there's my point about how placement in load order can now affect your work or your load order, all right? So when I put the patch out, the single patch for WINTERSUN, I will say place WINTERSUN before TPOSC in your load order, but after alternate start, and then the TPOSC patch after the single alternate start patch for TPOSC and alternate start. And then you won't have NPCs like I saw. You see what I'm saying? So there's all these subtle things that's taking days to sort out. All right, days and days and hours of work. Okay, so I, you know, like I say what I say because I've been you know, checking my ground. So that was just without alternate start, folks. Right, that was just a single patch. Now, obviously, for the all-in-one patch, because it's integrated with alternate start, WINTERSUN, and all the other mods that I'm running, it's made it a little bit easier. So what I'm saying, if you're running lots of single patches, don't think you're fucking sorted from having anomalies and problems. You're not, far from it. In fact, the more fucking patches you run that are single patches, the more problems you're likely to have in the long run. Ultimately, the best setup, in my opinion, is what I've done, is the all-in-one patch. Unless you've got something like bash patch, it's smashing everything up together. Do you know what I mean? You know, if you're use if you're using the bash,
All right.
a framework like that, you know, it's basically doing what I'm doing. It's putting everything together. But that's not perfect either. The bash mod, you know, that piece of software that patches everything up. I've never really liked it that much, to be honest with you. But that's my experience. Ooh. Nice to see you, Secret Lemonade Drinker. I hope you're doing well, mate. And again, you saw some drains in the front with the kill and the slow-mo. But that's understandable with all those particles. So that's just natural. You're going to see that. But let me just go back, Zeus, just to say 30 frames per second is what you need. Really, that's what I've read. All right, for Skyrim especially, you need a minimum of 30 frames per second. Okay, I just want to look at, again, I just want to look in this
I can almost
in and make sure there's no anomalies around Dragon Bridge, right, folks? And I'm just going to have a drink, so bear with me.
What do you need?
And again, just take notice of my inns. The one thing I don't like, this NPC
I keep the inn.
looks a little bit plasticky with the Lux light here. But it only seems to be this area.
Something different about you.
And
I
I
can tell.
think
Hope you ain't here to cause trouble.
it might be something to do with the light that comes in the window, the little bit of light that comes in the window. She doesn't generally look that sort of smooth skinned when she's elsewhere in the inn. But I can live with that. That's a small thing for now. I'm just going to have a drink, folks. Bear with me. Yeah. Well, again, your specs, I don't know, you're running a 4 gigabyte machine, Seuss, aren't you? I mean, my specs here, like I say, I mean, I think, what would I call my PC? A mid-range PC with a 3060, or would you call it middle or more higher end? I don't really know, but I got 32 gigabytes of memory and, so I mean, your basic specs, you can just about run the old Skyrim LE, let alone anything else, mate. You ever get a chance to upgrade, if life provides you some extra dosh, do it, because you can see it's great fun. And again, I'll say it. I've said it before. I'm lucky because I've had good support over the years. With I've had some real good people come my way in terms of TPOSC and all my work. That is, I think it is, isn't it? Yeah. But that's only been the last year or so, mate. I've had, like I said, I've been very lucky. I slowly managed to, I did a self-build high-end, and it's taken about 4 years to get it together, or 3 years, sorry, and then an individual, a very kind individual, really finished it off in a matter of, well, that's Jack, actually, that comes into stream now and again. He just come out of the blue.
I'm hoping to run my own
And this is where I feel really lucky, folks. And this is why I do what I do, and I don't mind working hard, because, for example, I've had more, but Jack wasn't the only one, but I've had other people come into my game. Thanks, mate. And I've had people say, I was on Xbox, but you inspired me so much with your work. I wanted to get a PC, and I wanted to do this, and I wanted to do that. And out of the blue, I've had people sort of, because of that connection, they said, oh, you helped me as well, you supported me. I said, did I? When was that? And they said, oh, I wrote to you here. And so, it's true what they say. You do reap what you sow in life, I think, most of the time. Sometimes you get some shit you may not think you deserve. But I think mostly, I think life is a pretty well-balanced piece of engineering, whoever engineered it, because I think you do, I mean, I've had people come out and, again, buy me a 3060. One person buy me a 3060 graphics card and said, now, go, I just want you to do your work. Go off and do it, mate. What do you say? As I've said it before, what do you say to that? But thank you, But it's a real nice gesture, And again, don't get me wrong, it's really nice when people do that, but there are many ways that people have value, you know, when they support you like that. That's fantastic, because we need the physical, you know, like we need to eat. But you know, then there's people, for example, Sword, that tested all my work with people on Xbox. You know, there's lots of different people I could mention, and they spent months with me working things out, you know. And it's, you know, it's, well, like I say, maybe, like I say, we reap what we sow. It may not always come back to us straight away, but yeah, it's a nice thing when you get that. And I said I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for people that supported me over the years. But I'll say this: I do like to think I do give quite a bit back. You know, I do give a lot of myself, and when people appreciate that, that's nice. It's nice, you know. Like I say, I mean, you know, you guys online sharing your time, that's a precious thing as well, you know. Oh, let's have a sleep. Oh, what time is it? You know, your time is a very precious thing. So when people share their time, when I say thanks for sharing your time, right, I mean it. Let's just go to sleep, folks, and we'll go through to the morning, then we'll carry on our journey in testing, right? So yeah, I mean it, you know, because your time is a very valuable thing in life. You know, we could be out in the world smelling the, you know, running around in the hills or whatever, you know, doing whatever we wanted to do. Where is this woman gone? Is that her? Oh.
Fida's teaching me the innkeeper's trade. She
Where
runs
is she?
the Four Shields.
Can't see her for shit. She must be here. Or was she outside when I went outside?
Mind you, don't forget to sweep up.
Oh, she's in here. Where is she?
Looking a bit dusty.
I won't forget.
Where's this woman
I'll
to?
do it after I get the dishes clean.
Oh, she's by the
You've been
bloody...
working hard lately.
I forgot
You'll
I
make
put
a
the
fine
fireplace there.
innkeeper someday. Fate is the name. I keep the inn.
Okay, I'd like to rent a room.
Sure thing. It's yours for a day. I'll show you to your room. Right this way.
Yeah, so, you know, I got a lot to be grateful for, folks. I try not to be that's why, you know, that's why I like to be a positive bastard. You know, I can get grumpy. I have my moments. Who can't? But I got nothing to moan about, really, you know. Yeah, exactly. What have I missed comments-wise? Yeah. When people do that, when you know, right, that you've affected... and I do like that because...
Working hard gives a man
let's
reason
just get
for
out of
drinking
here.
hard.
So we got some light. What was I going to say? I've always, you know, I do like my isolation, folks. I do like being on my own. You know, the world as I get older does grate me a bit, but I've always been relatively sociable. But I always sort of prefer my own company. I always like the company of my own company and walking in the hills and stuff like that. You know, and being on my own whenever I get the chance. That's the sort of thing I like to do. I like my solitude. But, you know, I'm sociable as well. But it's really nice, like I say, when you know you affect people's lives in a positive way. Or, like I say, they had a hard time and they come up to you and you didn't even know you'd done this, you know, and they come up and say to you, oh, you know, I was going through a real bad time and you were just kind to me and your mod gave me a focus. And because I understand that as well, because, you know, I started making mods just to give me a focus because I was going through a hard time, you know. That's the TPOSC Setting Sun preset. So, you know, I guess that's the thing, you know, we all relate to it. We all go through difficult times and we'll all look for something to help us through those times. Sometimes it's mods in games. Sometimes it's other people or a combination of both, you know. So, yeah. Exactly. That's why I do it. Exactly. Because we can become so insular in our own thoughts that we lose our way. You know, everything becomes so intense in a small way. But when you reach the open hills and mountains, you know, music for me too, Yof. You know, it brings a sense of perspective back. So, yeah. You still there, lemonade drinker? Don't you stop throwing in those funny comments, mate. Just because, you know, I'm on a bit of a detox. I haven't been insulted enough in the last few streams, you know. You know, I haven't had enough piss taking going on, you know. So don't you disappear, lemonade drinker. Yeah. So anyway, that's the TPOSC Setting Suns preset, folks, that we see in the background there, the EMB preset. What time is it? We're early morning. The sun's just starting to break the mountain range. Glad to hear it. I just have a cup of tea and where am I going to go now? I don't know. I'm just going to run around and talk, really, folks. Like I say, enjoying myself. I'm at the end of this adventure of the mod pack pretty much in TPOSC. I've got to move on to TPOS2 and then I'll be back to TPOSC at the end of the year for the Question version. But like I said, we'll just run around and check this all-in-one patch for WINTERSUN. Make sure we get no anomalies and just enjoy ourselves. Hey, why the hell not? So, I'm still running that waterfall. Now, this is the interesting thing. I think I might move it, actually. I don't know. I'm going to play around with it for a bit longer. I'm running the waterfall mods, but he does put more expression into the splashes, it seems. They seem a lot bigger than realistic water too. Yeah, exactly, Squid. Yeah. You know, never get... You know, one of the reasons I took a break as well, my family are home. Thanks, Jake. My family are home, but one of the reasons I took 3 or 4 days off, I didn't do much, is because I was getting too insular in my head, you know. I was getting agitated by the way people were sort of moving again, you know, with my work or things I was hearing. And again, at the end of the day, I have to remind myself, it doesn't matter how hard I work. At the end of the day, it's just a fucking mod. You know, you got to keep things in perspective. And you can't change them. You know, people are going to think what they're going to think. They're going to say what they're going to say. You just get up, keep moving forward. Yeah, exactly, Jane. So yeah, so yeah, one of the things I did in the last few days, I just slowed right down, and I felt better for it. Just dealt with 1 or 2 things, you know, didn't overreach or overstretch myself. Did a little bit of walking with the family, you know, spent some time with the kid, which always makes me smile, you know. People do it all the time, all over the world. It's just ignorance, if you ask me. I mean, they do it because they you know, I mean, they don't know no better. I mean, if someone comes up, you know, I mean, I don't get it. I'll be honest. I do understand defence. I do understand aggression. A bloke gets in your face and he's being indifferent, you know, and he's out to cause you shit. And there's no other door or exit out. Then yeah, you just give him a good beating and leave it at that, or you get one yourself, you know. But I mean, what I'm basically saying is a lot of the shit that goes on in life is bollocks. Let's be honest. It only comes from ignorance or lack of self-worth, mostly. You know, one thing I found, right? Oh, I'm going to tell you something I'm doing, folks, as well, because I'm going to put my self-worth right out there soon. Just bear with me. I'll just finish what I'm saying. I'm going to tell you something I'm up to, and I'm going to share with this community. It'd be interesting to see what sort of responses I get. But, you know, the more self-worth that you have, the more you sort of value yourself and not be bothered by how people think about you or what they say, the more you defend your own spiritual being, and you strengthen that being with walk, with music. And I'll talk about music in a minute, because I'm into music in my own way, and I've created my own music. I've played guitar for years, but what I was saying is, you know, you don't feel the urge to want to control anyone, to manipulate anyone, to be on top of anyone. You know, the only time my masculine element comes out in me is someone's being a right cunt, to be honest with you. So sorry for my language, folks. I just realised, but that's the feeling, you know. If someone's trying to manipulate me, take control, or take advantage of me, or my family, or people I care about, or my wider community, then yeah, I get pissy. I get an attitude on. But live and let live is my motto, you know. Just live and let live. Let people, you know, unless they're being a knob, just let them get on with it, you know. And you get on with it, you know. So, but what I'm saying is, I've written songs for years or whatever, and I was one of those people that I just wrote music and I would just chuck it away or put it to one side, never bothered. But in the last few years, I've really sort of got into some music, and I think what's really intensified that, yeah, you know, what's really intensified, I'll be honest, is my family and my son and loss and all those things. Oh, here's some nice luck stuff coming up, I think. Or is that? Yeah. And I've got and I've just created a new Discord, and I've just created a GoFundMe page. And to be honest with you, I don't really expect it to go. I'm going to try. Is what I'm saying is I'm going to try, right? And I'm going to put out a real crappy demo of some of the songs that I've written. Okay. because I haven't got very good recording equipment, and down the line I'm going to put that out, and I'm just going to see if I can get any funding for some decent recording equipment, and I'm going to stick my album together and put it on different platforms. If you're going to ask me what style I am, I wouldn't really... I have lots of different influences in life, but my style is the internal one that drives me. I don't even know what sort of style I'd give my music, to be honest with you. It's not, you know, it has subtle influence. I suppose really probably what influences it more is artists like Paul Weller from the 70s. That sort of, you know, rock jam era, really. It's not Chaz and Dave, mate, but it's sort of blended in, I guess, with a... I think probably, yeah, it'd probably be more like the jam, really, I suppose, you know, in terms of maybe the coarser aspect of that performance. I would say I can hold a tune, I can strum, I can play a guitar. I'm not the most gifted musician in the world. In fact, I'm more self-taught, a bit like my mods and everything else I do. But I can hold a tune. I'm not deluded. I haven't got a great singing voice, but neither did Weller. Neither did Boomtown Rats, for example. So, but what I can do is project and share feeling, emotion and experience in my writing and within my song and my lyrics. So I've put together about 12 different songs and I'm sort of still fine-tuning them. But I did think about putting out this, you know, GoFundMe appeal for well, just to see where it goes and see if I get any sort of takers, put out some demos, some simple demos so people can see what they're getting, you know, and then work towards that goal. But we'll see. I mean, you know, if I had the money to do it myself, I'd do it myself, you know, but I just thought it'd be interesting to see what people take of that. And then, of course, what I'll do is, as well, right, is make music for games. Because a couple of the songs I've got, I want to insert into Skyrim. Because some of them are really actually quite sort of Skyrim apt. And actually, one of the songs is actually about the Skyrim experience, and you wouldn't actually necessarily know it. And about people I've met or other authors I've dealt with. Or so I thought I might insert myself as a bard, right, in Skyrim, and put a couple of my songs in Skyrim as well. So there's a thought, hey. But anyway, we'll see. I'll think on that. Anyway, where am I going? Just a thought. Honestly, squared, I don't expect it to go anywhere. I mean, I was looking at, you know, for decent recording equipment, you're looking around $4,000. You know, you know, I'm not going to be able to save $4,000 anytime soon, and I can't imagine unless people are, you know, unless people are really into the demos that I put out. But bearing in mind they are low quality. I listen to them, I think, oh fuck me, that shit. But at least I can get the idea of the work and what I want to do. And of course, with the recording equipment, you can enhance the clarity. And you know, I've done all the research for the different for improving all the acoustics around my station, so my PC, you know. So I've got those bass pads and everything else and all the rest of it that's going on, you know. But we'll see. We'll see. It's just something I'd like to do with my Skyrim, you know. It's something I've always wanted to do. And I'm now in a place where I think my skills and my abilities are there to do it. But we'll see. I'm just running around, folks, so, you know. And I'm just talking, because, again, like I say, today it's about me just relaxing. But I think what I will do is, I will make some purpose to this journey. Because I do need to check out the main quest as well. As boring as that might be, again, doing it again. But I do need to check it out. I think what I'm going to do is... Oh, we have to go to Windhelm. I just remembered. Shit, I forgot about that. We need to go to Windhelm. Oh, no. Oh, enemies. Okay, remove it. I've got to go to Windhelm. I forgot about that, Tess. That's because I was talking. Dear me. Where's the enemy? Let's see if I move now. Can I move? I must stay focused. I'm just waffling the day, talking, you know. Okay, I'm just going to have a sweet for my throat, sorry. Still got a bit of sore throat. Okay, we're going to head to Windhelm, folks.
I can take you to
And I need to check that
Where do you
shrine
want
out.
to go? Climb and back, and we'll be off. Ever been to Windhelm? Oldest city in Skyrim by some count. They say the big old palace there was built by Ysgramor himself.
Yeah, that makes sense. Why not some sort of terrier dog? I think that would make a lot of sense, you know. Again, let's just go through to the morning then. Oh, what's going on here? It looks like it's going to be nice. Oh, well, if you're going near the shrine of... Okay. Yeah. Okay, mate. Oh, wow. Oh, let's just walk, folks. Let's just walk. Look at this. Still got no armor or anything. That's a nice lux lighting there off the what do you call it? The brazier or whatever it's called. Okay. So this is where when I was first testing, before I did the patch, this is where, before I made the patch for, we'll go there, Yoef, in a minute, okay? You're on about the volcanic region, yeah? The hot springs near dark water. We'll go there in a minute, alright? When I didn't have a patch for WINTERSUN, folks, with the all-in-one mod pack, I crashed on the way down to here. In fact, I didn't crash. The game actually freezed. It froze. Okay, Yoef. I didn't get it with just vanilla, though. So that shows that WINTERSUN needed a lot of adjustment in the load order. And with the patch in this area. There's a flickering as the sun breaks the mountain. That's where you get flickering there, folks. I think that's natural. This is the fresh snowy walkway. And here's the lovely waters of Skyrim. And the sunrise. And I'm just going to walk because I think that's worth it. I just want to enjoy that if I can. If I get him to walk. What's going on? What am I doing? I'm being dense. Oh, there's him running. There we go. Ah. So you never have the sun as it breaks the mountain. That slight bit of flicker. I've noticed moments with that with mountainous regions. That little bit of flicker as it breaks, and as you're moving, especially if you're running between, you know, those different high and low points of the mountain edge, as the sun hits it squared. I've seen that when I used to run when I was a kid, around mountainous regions, when I used to do cross country running. When I say kid, a young man. But Alaska's, is it pretty much flat, Alaska? No, there's mountains in Alaska, isn't there? Some real nice regions. Yeah, thanks. I thought it did. That's just what I was saying. It does, you know, no, if you're standing still, no, because you're in one fixed position, so it shouldn't flicker as much as that. But if you're moving, it should do. Well, that's what I've experienced anyway. Okay, so hopefully watch the frames, folks. Let's see what happens. If I've done my job, the frames will hold. Lovely depth. Actually, this looks really nice. God, I like this. I mean, I know you'll lose some quality in the stream, but it looks nice. And I will say, yeah. Okay, yeah. What I would say, folks, if you like the stream, please hit that like. I appreciate that if you hit the like button, all right? Share the stream, let people know about it. That'd be great. I'd appreciate it. Excellent. The frames are holding nicely as well. And I will just go back to that little project that I'm thinking about as well, folks. That's the music project. There are some decent rewards as well, if people put into that. And you've got some, I think I've basically done rewards from like £7 all the way up to, you know, £1,000 or a few grand for, you know. But like I said, I doubt that's going to take off. But one can only try, you know. Like I say, with a bit of that, one day maybe I'll come in, my YouTube channel will take off, and I can actually earn some money, you know, with my work that I do all the time. Look at that. Okay, so we've got the shrine here. It looks okay to me. No anomalies. So far, the frames are holding. I've placed some collisions. I don't do collisions very often, but I just placed a collision around the back end of this lighthouse, so there's no, I didn't have to nav mesh it all, bring it all into. Okay, that looks good. Let's now run. So the frames are holding nicely, folks. We're getting good testing here. What a cocksucker. God, I'm gonna make sure I don't suck back that sweet and fucking choke. Oh, the lemonade drinker. You're a funny man. Right. Do you know what? On that note about talking, I had someone said to me, you know, mate, you've always got... Oh, dear. I had someone say to me, oh, Nesbit, you should just talk about life because you know, what you say about life is really interesting. And I said, are you joking? I said, you know, I'm really just starting to build up my viewership. If I did that all the time, I'd probably have I'd have minus 10 viewers by the time I'd finished. People don't want to hear about reality. That's why we play games, to fucking escape reality. You know, it's like... Hey, it's looking good, folks. It's looking really nice. Okay, so there's no anomalies, no performance around here with WINTERSUN and TPOSC. So I'm really happy with the all-in-one patch. I think it's, I touch wood, I think it's going to be all right. I don't think I'm going to have to, you know, well, let's just keep running around. We're now going to, I've just remembered, YOF, let's go and test, oh, look, the all-in-one patch here. I've just got to cross this sea. I've just noticed this, folks. This is a mental note. It's a small thing. It's just where... Oh, hold on. What's happened there? Oh, now, down. Did you just see that? Now, what that is, I think what that is pressure on the hard drive, because it's just popped in. So what I'm saying is that's either a lighting issue or the not the hard drive. Sorry, the graphics card is struggling a little bit. Although the frames don't seem to be showing that struggle. I'll check and make sure it's not actually a physical thing, folks, alright? What I'm saying is I'll look in the CK and make sure the landscape doesn't need editing there. It's only a very small thing. But I'll check it anyway. It might just be because I'm streaming and the pressure on the card. I'll know when I get in the CK. Okay, so I really need to pick up some armor of some sorts. What's going on here? What is going on my NPC's face? What is... Yeah, now this, folks, is weird. We have never seen this before. I reckon my... Hold on, let's just have a look. This is really weird. What's going on here? Never, ever seen this. Let's just reload the game. Let's just... What the fuck's going on there? I'm just going to reload the game because there was something definitely with that cell there, or just with what was going on with the graphics card. There. Ah. So, that right, what you see here, folks, is stress. You know I said earlier, right, this is a classic example. This is a classic example, right, of system stress, okay? When you can have everything, you don't, like when I said earlier, if you haven't got enough juice to run your load order, if you're overstressing the Skyrim system, that's what you'll get, all right? And it was reflected in the ground, and it was reflected on the NPC. Now he's all right. That is system stress. Okay? And again, you know, my graphics, I don't see it locally. And that's the first time we've seen that in all our streams. So there's a good example, you know, of what happens when your system's under duress. I don't get it locally. I've never ever seen that locally, because the graphics card isn't having to do the stream or the streaming and running this 4K textures and everything else as well. So just, you know, when you get that, it doesn't necessarily mean you got a conflict. Again, it can be system stress. It's always working out which one it is. So there's another good lesson. Okay, let's move on now to because again, don't forget, if there were missing face gen files, right, it'd be like it all the time. You couldn't just reload the game and it would disappear. If you had missing face gen files from a mod that didn't produce or provide those files, right, those face gen files, it'd be like it all the time. You couldn't just reload your game and have it go away. Okay, so remember that. So that's why we know it was system stress. And in fact, what I will do is I will check the all-in-one patch and might do some work around that cell. You know, again, sometimes some subtle work around the cells can resolve such issues. Not always, sometimes. Sometimes just stress is just stress, you know. There's a stress on the system when I'm streaming. There's too much for the graphics card in that particular area or whatever. Or there's something running in the background at that particular point in time and there's nothing you can do about it. We'll go and check out the inn again. I'm going to pick up a dagger from the border hold here, and then we'll go and check out... Oh, I just seen some comments there. I'll answer those in a minute. Yoef, we're now going to go and see your
It's no
shrine.
secret
We're going to see that shrine, right?
He's doing some ritual, trying to call the Dark Brotherhood.
I am just going to pick up. Now, folks, you don't have to use this, all right? Where is it? There it is. When you find things like this around TPOSC, right, you don't have to use that, all right? Let's just read the comments. Exactly. Exactly.
You have committed crimes against Skyrim and
Oh,
the people.
shit.
What say you in your defense?
I forgot I put a... yeah, I forgot I put a condition on it that it belonged to someone. I forgot about that, Squared.
Smart man.
But that's good. We can check out Windhelm and come back out and just, you know... Never mind, I forgot about that. Anyway, let's get on with it.
You come here where you're not wanted. You eat our food, you pollute our city with your stink, and you refuse to help.
Okay, now we will check the volcanic region, because there is a couple of shrines there, so we might as well do both of those again. Because again, this is the all-in-one patch for WINTERSUN now.
No lollygagging.
I'll tell you what, I've just made a decision. I don't like WINTERSUN. I can't pick up a dagger without my god abandoning me. Now that sucks. Am I supposed to be a goody two-shoes with these tenants? Do I really have to follow his edicts just to get a bit of favour? I mean, come on. So this is the TPOSC border hold, of course, folks, which most of you will know anyway, but I'm just saying it. Oh, is that why? Oh, okay. Oh, because I got caught still. Oh, right. Okay. Oh, because I nicked. I thieved. We'll do that as well, Yof. So we've got 3 shrines to go and visit that I know of. I've got 2 directly that I know of, and then we'll go and see the 3rd as well. Oh, we have got a Civil War spawn coming up, so I might be able to nick some armour off some dead Stormcloaks. Let me just hit that Civil War spawn. Here we go. Here's the Civil War spawn. Saves me getting attacked, mate. People, I'm just gonna steal all that. And I've got some armor. I'll take that just in case.
Find whoever did this.
Okay, I finally got some armor.
Sons and daughters
Cool.
of Skyrim, tell them to head to Ulfric Stormcloak wants to see them.
So let's do the one nearest mixed water mill of WINTERSUN. Let's just get there. Okay, so yeah, for the 9 divines, it's Laws of Skyrim. Okay, all right. See, I've never played WINTERSUN. I'm totally ignorant to it. Now, it's over here. There it is. Look, there's the first shrine we're going to. Let's watch the frames and performance, because the nav mesh around here between TPOSC and WINTERSUN was poor. I tidied it up and I refinalized cells. Coming into the shrine this way is good. We're going to go the other way and come back the other way. Okay, just watch the frames. Gonna have to kill these bears. Oh Christ! Actually, that's a bit much. I'm gonna stay away from those because I don't have any cheats. It's gonna be hard work to kill those. We came back from the other direction the last time. I'll obviously test all this locally as well, folks. So you know, in my own time, just to make sure the all-in-one patch is up to scratch before I put it out. So. Let's go a bit further, actually. Want to go 2 or 3 cells out and then just come back. Oh, I've got no boots on. Damn, man. There we go, that's better. Okay, let's head now back towards the shrine. And then we'll fast travel to the shrine as well and make sure there's no anomalies or crashes. Frames are holding up, looks good. Okay, squad. Okay, that's good. That's looking good. No, I mean literally back to this shrine. I've just basically fast travelled to this shrine, folks, because if there's any clashes with mods, you know, for example, in that cell there, moving back and forth in all directions to the cell with TPOSC is one of the ways I test whether or not there's any issues. Then I fast travel to it, and then I do various other tests at each location to make sure there's no anomalies. Because again, if you've got serious issues, fast traveling will highlight it. Yeah, most of the time, if you've got a repetitive crash, fast traveling or entering and exiting exterior interior cells will show it within the cell. Yeah. Okay, so now let's head for this other shrine. I think it's this one, isn't it? Okay, I think this is another shrine here. And let's just look at the map. Yeah. Just going to fast travel. And we will fast travel back to them later. Right, let's head. We're now going to go direction-wise. Let me just think. Let's just find my direction. Attack imminent. Okay. AiO gas. Hopefully I could use that against him. The frames are good. There's no issues around these shrines. He attacked me in the last stream, Yoef, I remember. Where is he? Why isn't he here? Why isn't he attacking me? Oh, well, I haven't touched the shelter. That's... Sorry, I haven't activated the altar, sorry. That's what I need to do. If you interact with the shrine, that's right. Yeah. There we go. There he is. There they are. And that's why I cheat. Lots of power, lots of magic. Hey, that's smooth, folks. Did you see anything in the frames? Because I was busy concentrating on the kill, and I didn't feel any fluctuation at all. That seems really good. Now we move up the hill. We're going to head towards... We are going up this way. Alright? So we will be heading... Is it east? Let's just find which direction we'll be heading. And we'll head... We're going to be heading east now, folks. Ah, okay, Yoef. Right, let's... Now, just remind me, Yoef, of the name of the shrine I'm heading for again. Yeah, it seemed alright to me, folks. All around there, it seemed really good. So we are heading... east. We're going to be going up the hill where my dogs will spawn a bit later on if I'd done some of the main quest. A pack of dogs, about 6 of them. That's a Trinamic or whatever, or something like that. Okay, but this looks nice, folks. I like what I'm seeing. I like this area. You know, the ground looks really nice. I love Matthie's flowers. Dragon tongues. I love the mountainous regions there in the trees. Ah, right, okay. It's now where the giant and the dead mammoth stands around. Okay. So it's near the giant camp, is it? Or is it a bit further on from that? So around, what's that there? That's my stuff. Okay. So I'm just going to keep going. Not the camp. So I'm now heading east still, and I'm going to go up the hill. Oh, cool. Oh, that's so nice looking. Okay, I'm going to save here, folks, just in case. Never know. Like I say, we are testing this all-in-one patch, but so far it looks good. And don't, you know, again, take note. I want to bring this up, folks, because, you know, if you look back in some of our earlier streams before the patches was really finalised, there were more inconsistencies in the frame rates. But we've got to the stage now where the frame rates, even with everything that I'm running and streaming, is pretty damn impressive, if you ask me. You go and watch other people's streams, right? Go, and I'm not being arbitrary, I'm just being factual. It's just facts, right? You go and watch these ultra players. They have to walk around because they can hardly fucking move because of what they're running. You know, and they're not even running, you know, half in terms of, you know, what I'm running, you know. And they move, and they can hardly move around in their bloody streams. It's just ridiculous. And then you look at their load rollers and you wonder why, you know. So what I'm saying is, you know, the proof's in the pudding. The TPOSC mod pack, the EMB preset setting suns, you know. Again, even in a stream, you can see it can be it runs well. Okay. And that's important for me. You know, it may not be important for other people. And yes, you know, I don't run some grass mods that others may run because I don't want them covering up my settlements. And they are more performance heavy. So, but all I'm saying is, that my mod pack, my work is functional, and you'll get you should, if you follow everything, you know, get a good response from it.
Good enough.
Okay, so I guess let's focus. Sorry, Yoef. It's near where the giant camp with the dead mammoth stands around. I'm trying to think where that is. Oh, I remember. Where that is, mate. It's down here. There's a giant that used to around here, didn't he? I'm sure he did. Are you on about down here? Around here. I know he's here he is. Here he is. Is this what you're on about? Let's just kill these wolves. Okay. Let's just save then, because I think I know where you're on about now, mate. Yeah. I think I'm there, Yoef, and this is where this giant stands around. He's now attacking. Oh, let them go. Hey! There goes a bandit or something. Is that the enemy you might have been talking about? That would be funny if it was. Look at that. Oh, my word. That's outstanding. Let's have a look. Let's see who this twat is. Hey, Yoef, I think that might have been him. It is. It is. Oh my god. Brilliant. Look at those torture tools from Skyrim. Look. Not too they're alright, aren't they? I mean, I've seen better. Oh my god, that's so funny. We got it, Yoef. It was. So that's number 3. Brilliant. Okay, let's just fast travel. Let's just save now then. And let's just save. That was so funny, man. Oh, that was outstanding. See that guy go up in the air. I love that giant shit. Does he? The giant got in first, mate. It's like they say. It doesn't matter how big you are. It's about who gets in first. You know, and it's true. You know, it's who gets that vital blow first, isn't it? It always is. You can be the best warrior in the world, but if you don't get it, if you don't see the blow coming, it's always the ones you don't see that knock you down, right? You know? Brains over brawn. Okay, there we go then. Well done, Mr. Giant, standing around there. Okay, let's move on, folks. Let's head up the hill. Why not, eh? Let's do something different. Look at the reflection in that water. Well done, Yoef. That was a good one to find because we didn't find that last time. And the frames are held and everything's running nice and smooth for the all-in-one TPOSC patch with the new added WINTERSUN mod, folks. This is, and I'm even impressed because we're in stream as well. We've only got one area that I could go back and visit, which is around Miko's shack. So far, just one little thing. And the other locations, the majority of locations that I visited offline, haven't been an issue. So it's only a few things, so that's good. Good shit. Let's carry on. Oh! What time is it? Okay. This is a TPOSC road traveller, folks. In fact, no, she used to be. She isn't anymore. She used to be a follower of that one. Got the Khajiit there. Everything is pathing smoothly. Always good signs. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Now, let's keep moving on, I guess. Let's really put the card under some duress. Let's head towards, wow. Oh, here's my, this might be my dog spawn. This is my dog spawn, folks, I think. I think. Yeah, there is. It is, I think it is. Let's have a look. There should be, we've had 2 dogs. There should be 3 or 4 of them. There's another one. Yeah. These guys are tough, all right? These are pretty tough dogs. There should be more of them. Or was that another one? I can't remember. Generally, there's 4 or 5 of those dogs, unless they're somewhere else. That might have been another one that I forgot about. I'm not sure. Can't remember. But yeah, those effects are nice in the hands there. So let's really test the card now. Let's online, because I'm streaming. Let's go into the Rift area with all those mathy 3D trees, the EMB preset and everything. Let's see what, you know, see if we can find some other shrines as well. But it looks lovely, actually. I'll tell you what, we're going to have a lovely sunset, I think. And actually, I can pick up some armor and some weapons maybe in a while as well. Shit me, my chat box has just gone. Alright, hold on. Let's just save again, because like I say, just in case. Let's just pause that. Okay. Back down so I can see the comments. Just gonna have a drink, folks. And again, we're seeing Lux here, of course. I'll put the frames back on. They've come off. And again, no shift in the frames here with Lux and TPOSC. Coming up to a TPOSC border on the way to the Rift. Well, we're in the Rift now, actually, but you know what I mean. We're just about to hit the Rift border around there. Where am I going? There it is. Oh, there it is. Look. Got some wolves up here generally. Got some... What's going on here? This is interesting. A rat. A skeever. Now, this is all nav mesh, so they should path without issue. The nav mesh might be right on the edge. I will double check that. What's he doing? Because that is nav. Maybe I didn't. Maybe that's one piece of thing that I've missed. It looks like I haven't nav meshed this piece of rock, or this this arch. I might have missed that. I'll just put a collision around that in the TPOSC file for the next update. Okay, folks. Let's just. Now, what would happen is, generally happens is when they walk into something like that, they generally just bounce forward a cell or something, or come onto the road. So yeah, let me just have a look a minute. Who were they attacking? Ah, they were talking the... Oh, of course, they were... right, so they bounced forward. Yeah. Imperial soldiers. So what I need to do there is just either stick a collision around the arch there. I probably thought it was well out of, you know, any path issues. So I'll put a collision around that arch, or I'll nav mesh it, okay? That'll be the next part of the next TPOSC update. Small thing, but these small things are important. Okay, so again, Lux and TPOSC. Little Lux elements here as we run by. We've got a TPOSC Civil War spawn coming up just outside of Shaw's Stone. And then I'll pick... Oh, shit. And I'll pick up some armor. Okay. Time of day is 5:12. We have a Talos statue coming up on our right, and it holds my cheat armor. But I'm actually not going to bother with that, because all I really want is a nice ruff now, or collar from one of these one of the Sons of Skyrim. There is one. Let's move on. Put my I love these collars from the Sons of Skyrim mob. Excellent. Okay. And I must get up to the Guardian Stones and to Markarth in a minute so I can pick up my armour. Not my armour, sorry, my weapon in my bow. My sword in my bow. What time is it? How long have I been going? Alright, 1:20. I'm going to do 2 hours today, folks, alright? So I'll do about to half 2. And as you can see now, with TPOSC and Lux, you know, all the subtleties and the little lanterns here and there that was... you know, that was hovering have all been dealt with. So Lux and TPOSC is really up together now, folks. It's refined. It's a real good patch for it now. So I'm just going to skip round the fort. Yeah, what day is it? It's Monday today, isn't it? I will do another Oblivion stream soon. Okay, I'll make mine when my missus goes out next. I'll make the next stream Oblivion. All right, we're doing Oblivion stream. Yeah, it's Monday for me. It's actually 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So again, looking at these frames, folks, it's pretty damn good because, you know, we're now in stream with an E&B preset, right? With Matthys 3D trees, all my work, all Lux's work, right? And we're on 60 frames, yeah? Now, when I get a little bit pissed off, yeah? When people talk shit about my work, this is the reason why. Because like I say, this mod pack is solid, all right? You do what you got to do. If you install it the way you should install it and do everything you should do, you should be absolutely fine. Okay. Okay, let's let me just think. What are we doing? What was... I said let's check out the rift area, didn't I, with frames. So let's go into the House of Zell, because as you can see the frames are doing all right. Let's go into the House of Zell. I am going to have a sleep. No, let's just travel. Bollocks. I mean, because look, you know, in previous streams as well, as I said, round here, we dropped 10 frames in previous streams. I mean, you know, back in the past. So, again, what I'm seeing here is very good. Very, very good. I'm going to go to Markarth because I want to pick up some weapons and stuff. So the first thing I'm going to do...
Need a ride? Where do you want to go?
Then we can come back this way in a bit.
Climb and back and we'll be off.
So, you know, again, you know, if people say, oh, TPOSC's crap performance, so on and so forth, bollocks, is it? It's not, you know.
I don't believe a word of it, though.
Never has been. You know, if you get crap performance, it's because you're not running it right. Or you're running it with stuff that it conflicts with, and vice versa. Okay, so I am going to go and get my sword, and then I'm going to pick up my bow, because then I'm going to hit some more intense enemies and stuff. I must pick up some torches as well from another TPOSC house, folks. If you don't know, it's just on the left now. Again, Luxfire and TPOSC blended together to work together. What time is it? Okay. So we'll pick up the sword, and then I'm going to sleep for a few hours, come out in the morning. I'm going to come out when it's about 6-ish, because I reckon we'll have a lovely sunrise with a bit of luck. So experience the area with a nice sunrise.
I'd be a lot warmer and a lot happier with a belly full of meat.
And again, Lux and TPOSC elements blended nicely together. So they just fall, like, you know, it's just like one piece of work. I'm really pleased the way that it's turned out. Like I said, it's been a year's worth of work. So yeah. Yeah, Zeus, yeah. Again, you know, oh,
Citizen,
nice.
I'm warned.
Yeah.
Your presence is
Let's,
interfering
let's load up some. Boom, boom, boom. Let's do that.
imperial business.
Have some
Be
light.
gone.
Actually, I'm going to avoid the trap there, and I'm just going to jump on in. It's getting dark now. I can, you know, I can't see a lot. So let's just get into Dover Halls, pick my sword up, have a sleep, and get on with it. My chat box has just scrolled up, folks, so I can't see any current comments, but I'll sort that in a sec, right? Alright, it's good to have a weapon on me. It's got some bite. Let's have a little sleep. Interestingly, did I make... I think those shrines were just... I don't think they... No, they're not active shrines. I should change those up so they're active shrines. Okay, that's because I put one here, that's why. Right, I am just going to come out. Scroll my... Okay. I now see the chat box again, and let's move on. Alright, we've got another... That yellowy orangey sunrise. I was hoping for a nice pinky one, but there you go. Beggars can't be choosers. Still nice. Now I am going to head now, folks, to the Guardian Stones. Oh, I haven't even been to Riverwood yet. Why is Riverwood not showing up? What's going on there? It's always shows up, doesn't it? I thought it did. Quite sure what's going on there. That's only happened since. I'm sure I noticed this when I first used WINTERSUN. I noticed that Riverwood and Whiterun wasn't showing up. Now I've started a new game. Whiterun is there, but Riverwood's not there. I'm sure Riverwood shows on startup, doesn't it? See, that's interesting. See, that's something that I need to think about. I'll have to double check. Disable WINTERSUN and just double check that Riverwood shows up. I'm sure it damn well does. Oh, it's changing. That sunrise is changing, folks. That's lovely. Okay, let's get to let's go up to Markarth. We'll fast travel to Whiterun, and then we'll just run up to. And in fact, that's a good place to check the frames per second, folks. Actually, that's a real good place to check the frame per seconds around the Whiterun area. Oh, they've come. Let's put them back on. Oh, that's all right then. Thank God for that.
City of
Thanks,
Markarth
Secret
sure
Core.
is a beauty. No doubt about that. Where do you want to go?
Thanks, lemonade drinker. I thought, was I seeing?
Climb and back, and we'll be off.
I was thinking, was I seeing some sort of error there, or you know?
Never been to Whiterun
So I'm
before?
glad it's not. Saves me some
The
work.
Jarl's Palace is something to see. Dragon Search, they call it. Big old dragon skull hanging on the wall.
Okay. That's good to know. Frere? I ain't got a clue. Squared. Frere? I don't know. Sounds sort of, I don't know, what, I don't know, mate. I don't know. Pronunciation isn't my strong point, as you all might have gathered by now. Best keep things simple, hey. Okay, what time of day? I'll just go through to the morning so we got some light, and we'll travel on up to Riverwood. I'm going to travel to the Guardian Stones, pick up my bow, and actually then I'm going to go... Exactly. Just keep it simple for me, please, all right? Oh, this is lovely. Even though it's raining, it's really nice. I love, you know, like the sky and everything. And again, good frames, which is nice. All right, now we may see a few drops along the way here because this is quite a big area, folks, actually. There's quite a lot going on with the settlement and everything, but we'll see. And I'm streaming as well, so let's just see what happens. So far, it's holding good. Looking nice, actually. Looking really nice. Excuse me. I love the splashes on the NPC, I really do. I love Splashes of Storms by Power of 3. Really like it. I just think it's a real, you know, real... And again, he made it so it didn't come at a huge performance cost. Because apparently the splashes are only around your immediate area. But they splash off the head and the neck of the NPC. It's a really nice touch. Really love. And of course you've got Luxfire and TPOSC blended nicely together. And look at those frames, folks. We're in the centre of the world here, so they say, I think. And we get a bit of a fluctuation, but that's pretty fucking good considering. If you look what's going on around you, you know. And I'm in stream as well, don't forget that. So like I say, don't tell them, you know, if people say TPOSC, you know, blah, 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 I always say bollocks. Talking shit. TPOSC has always been performance friendly, it always has been. You know, like I say, the only times you get issues with TPOSC is if you're running the things with it you shouldn't be. Or you don't run things in the right load order. Okay, so let's carry on up this hill into Riverwood, to the Guardian Stones. This is good to see as well. Even in stream, these AIs are pathing as they should. There's no anomalies. So, as I said, I think I've got the lights just come in there across the mountain. Sometimes it just jump in, but again, you know, I like it with the EMB preset. I mean, you know, I like that because again, you should be in a shaded part of the mountain. Then it's breaking through, look like it is now. So that's nice. What was I going to say? I was going to say something. The rain stopped. That's good. And now the sun's... Oh, and I've got that waterfall mod loaded up, folks. I'm still evaluating that, all right? Let me know what you think of it in-game. Because I'm still evaluating this water mod, okay? Looking to see if it causes any issues or if it looks good, you know, all times of day. And if it does, I'll add it to the mod pack. And the next revision of the mod pack. Okay. So, oh, that's what I'm saying. I think, actually, WINTERSUN and TPOSC is working really well. Because the fact we're not seeing many drops or anomalies in-game when I'm streaming is really good. This, I mean, touch wood, this stream has been a very good example of WINTERSUN and TPOSC in the all-in-one patch. That's good, thanks, Zeus. Let me know what you think of that waterfall, folks, because I'm a bit undecided on this waterfall mod. I mean, it's really nice, but there's just some things about it, like those real big splashes, that I'm not quite sure about. I mean, I'm sort of stuck in between at the moment. So let me know what you think. Give me your pros and cons of what you're thinking about it, you know? I'm interested. Okay, so here's Riverwood. Lovely little Riverwood, TPOSC edited with Luxfire. There are many lovely, lovely mods. Let's look at the inn. Again, in and out of cells is always good. And I've got JK's mods for some of the interiors around here. This is TPOSC interior. Look at that. Look at that, folks. All right. I've got the Riverwood Trader loaded up by JK's. We'll go and look at that in a minute. Oh, dear. Sorry, I got hiccups.
Yep, ale's going bad.
I guess you don't have potatoes in your ears after all. Just make sure we get a fresh batch in soon.
Come on in.
And I added extra effects, folks, for Lux in the TPOS ins, all right? So we got more effects than you'd normally get.
Huh?
Okay. Let's open up these doors and watch what happens. Lovely. Absolutely authentic, if you ask me. Immersive, authentic, and I love it. Squared, yeah. Yeah, got a little bit of hiccups coming on here, folks. It's because I'm, talking a lot, getting excited about things. I think WINTERSUN's patch, I've got WINTERSUN's patch nailed with a bit of luck. If it's performing on, when I'm streaming like this, just those couple of areas, I'll check the Windhelm area and Miko area, just tidy up, double check out a stream, and then I can get the WINTERSUN patch up and loaded. I can update finally the revision 4 for the mod pack, and then I can get on to TPOSC2. Okay. And the Hafengar all in one mod, right? Now look at this waterfall. Look. Yeah. That's what I think, Lemonade Drinker. Hey Jake, you look after yourself, all right? You take care. Just want to say again, thanks for all your support, mate. All right, whether in stream, Patreon, or anything else, you're a star. Like I say, I hope you get everything you want in life, mate, and your family are healthy and well. Take care, all right? Yeah, it looks good here, doesn't it? Secret Lemonade Drinker. You see, it's only in the evening. It's a bit transparent, but I don't mind that. The clear waters of the north, looks really good here. The Matthys tree there, I like that. You're right. It's in the darker areas. It looks a bit off. And that means I've got to do particle work, right? In the EMB file, which means I'm going to affect... I need someone to make a patch for my... That's what I need. I need a patch for the EMB preset or something like that, yeah? That's what I think I need, all right? Because you're right, Lemonade Drinker. You hit it on the head. It's in the darker parts of when it's dark and stuff like that. Cheers, Squid. Tell Python I said thanks, or if you're listening, Python, thanks. Now, let's pick up my bow and arrow. Again, watch these frames. Okay, because it's always an interesting spot, I've found. We go in the water. Look at that. Brilliant. Okay. And that bow and arrow is a separate mod that you can get from the TPOSC download page, folks, alright? Look at that, and those frames hold all around there, that's good. We're going to pick up a warrior stone, I suppose. Might as well. Let's load up our bow and arrow. No, what am I doing? Okay. Let's get up to Helgen. Oh, thank you. That's the Keeper of the Stones, mate. He has been there long before Elder Scrolls Online came along and put the Keeper of the Stones in the game. The Keeper of the Stones has been a TPOSC asset since the beginning. Alright? Yeah, I know. And he is a quest. He's going to be part of the questing version down the line, alright? So the reason he's there is because that's a quest when I do TPOSC quests. Okay, just so you know. Someone told me that Elder Scrolls Online did the Keeper of the Stones or something, and they said, oh, you copied Elder Scrolls Online. I said, well, I didn't even know there was a Keeper of the Stones. I said, that was an idea I had years and years ago, So I don't know if the Keeper of the Stones was part of their lore before I'd sort of thought about it, but I never knew there was a Keeper of the Stones. Just something I made up and stuck into TPOSC years and years ago, long before Elder Scrolls Online. So they might have stolen my idea. Oh! I should be offended. Okay, we'll just go to Riverwood. Straight down the Riverwood. Yeah. I mean, I don't know their lore. You know, the Keeper of the Stones might always been a thing, but I was never aware of it, you see. So I found that quite funny. Oh, I said we check out, let's just go into Riverwood Goods. Because I want to get, we check out JK's, you see, and then I get a potion as well.
One of us has to do something.
I said no. No adventures?
Yeah, well, I don't know what you overheard, but... Oh, a bit of this and a bit of that.
We'll take a backpack as well. Plain one if we can. Alright, that'll do.
I better get back to cleaning the store. What a mess.
Okay, just in case. Right, let's go. I'm actually going to go to Bleak Falls Barrow. I'm going to advance the main quest, folks, because I do need to check the main quest just for the hell of it, really, and because I like doing it as well.
You're new around here.
But oh, by the way, TPOSC, all the level dragon spawns. It does, and that's with a darker setting. You can lighten it up if you want, folks, in the EMB preset setting suns. But you all know I like darker interiors, all right? But you can easily adjust that and lighten those interiors up if you want them that way, okay? Even here, I say years ago, sorry. Back last year when we would stand here, we would see a drop to about maybe 54 frames. We now got a clear 60 all the way around. Okay? And like I say, I'm very pleased at the moment with WINTERSUN and TPOSC in this stream, folks. The patch, or all-in-one patch, is smooth. And I did expect it, honestly, I'm going to be honest. I did expect, or was hoping, it would be better than running lots of individual patches. Because obviously it is an all-in-one patch and it's all integrated. So, you know, it should technically run better. And so far it seems like it has been, you know. So I'm really happy about that. You know, this is going very, very well. So the patch, the two patches, the individual patch for Xbox and PC will be out soon in the next few days, along with the patch for the all-in-one update, the updated all-in-one patch for, nope, that's been moved, Seuss. I disabled that wolf. I thought he was crap where he was located, so I disabled it. I didn't want it in TPOSC. I put other things in instead, okay? So you're not going to see that with TPOSC, because some of the wolves I disabled because I just think their placement is shit. So I do things like that as well. I change things up the way I want them, yeah. Oh, lovely. And for example, I've added two pathing NPC. Oh, he just fucking moved on me as I shot him. Oh, come on. There are two pathing NPCs that are a bit more hardcore between this tower and Bleak Falls Barrow, alright? It's another reason I disabled the wolf. I put things here that was a bit more fun, if you like. A bit more of a challenge for someone who's just starting the game. There they are. Heading up the Bleak Falls. Ah, just off him. Yeehaw! Let's go take some heads. Ah! Motherfucker. Okay. Let's do this. Bloody chat box has just gone all the way back up when I went back into first person. Let's just go inside and then I'll come out and sort the chat box out. Okay, let's just do this quickly, folks. We'll get through this cave system and then we'll get on with it. Lights, please. Nice. Sorry, as you enter Bleak Falls Barrow. Yeah. Yeah, Python. I'm not too. Thanks. But at the moment, I'll look at those. I'll refine those in the next time. To be honest, do you know? I just want to get through Bleak Falls Barrow. Be honest with you, and then get on with some other stuff. Not too bothered about picking up prizes, but yeah, you keep giving me those little snippets of information. They're always useful. Oh, lovely. Look at that, look. Let's have his torch. Let's put my torch on. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is for these rats, when we get through the other side, I'm just going to put the Nordic axe in my hand. And we'll have some light effects. Okay. Just show you some of the effects here, folks. Don't forget I like a dark interior. Now, let's now move to some magic. You see some magic in the interior. Very effective, I think. Nice depth of field there. So, yeah. Let's just get through here. Let's just do this now. Oh, and by the way, folks, one of the things I did neglect to do, which I just remembered, is I forgot to load up a texture for the cave system for the current mod pack, but I've done that. I used the underground mod, and I forgot to install the underground textures for cave systems. I did the dungeons. I forgot the cave systems, so that's been rectified, right? For the next coming update. I mean, you would have noticed it, and you could have easily installed. Well, you know, installed and corrected that. It wouldn't have caused any issues.
I can feel it.
Let's just pick up this claw and move on. Use the fast travel cheat and get to the door. That's the only thing I do in this cave system, folks, is I stick in a cheat so you get to the that fast travel, so you can get to the puzzle door straight away. There's no mucking around. And there have been TPOSC updates as well, folks, if you notice. For the all-in-one patch, for the main file, for Xbox PC. There's been updates for border hodes. There's been updates for patches. And, oh, Lemonade Drinker, are you still there? Alright, the all-in-one patch for Lux Fire's out, and it's sound. It's perfect. I've tested it. It's okay. If you're there, Lemonade Drinker, alright, your patch is out now. You've got all your patches on Xbox. And some extra ones for Riften Docks and others. The only patch now that isn't working correctly is the RS Children, because I think the authors changed up the way it works for Xbox, and that's affected the patch that was made for it. I don't know what he's done, so, but I will try to sort that one out as well. Yeah, that's right. No Sims for the Riften Docks. For those that got lower Xbox or older Xboxes, as long as they don't go mad on their textures, they should better run it. My test for the docks was with the Xbox One Secret Lemonade Drinker, and it worked fine. There was no performance issues, but I had no mods loaded in. So, but if you've got the new PC, sorry, if you've got the new Xbox, you should have no problem, you know, in terms of performance. And the all-in-one Lux patch is updated, so you should have no floating lanterns. Everything should be pucker. Absolutely pucker, mate, alright? Yeah. And the Lux interiors has been updated, and they look great, even without any textures with TPOSC. I posted some images on another, well, on my own and another Discord, so people could see those Xbox images of the inns as well with Lux. So, yeah, all done for you, mate. Xbox has now got caught up in terms of TPOSC updates as well. So you've got no more extreme dragon spawns from the level dragons. They've been removed. You've still got dragon spawns, just not as many. And they're more strategically placed, and they do not respawn. Okay, so there's all those updates that have been done, folks, okay? Let's go to Whiterun Stables. And I can pick up some magic now as well. So yeah, that's all been done in the last few, well, since my last streams as well, folks. Okay, let's have some torches here. Right, that's nice. Bit dark for you folks, but good to see the torches, the lanterns and everything that you can see, right?
Halt. City's closed with the dragons about. Official business only. Welcome to Whiterun, friend. Go right on in.
Okay. Let's go kill a dragon. Oh, yeah, do that. Oh, wow. Okay.
They say Helgen got hit by a dragon.
But we must have more swords for the Imperial soldiers.
I just can't fill an order that size.
It's a very dark, rainy night, folks.
I don't have any money. No,
It took me weeks to find
I
that
really
beast.
don't have any money.
Can't stop.
Brigands I can handle. But this talk of dragons? World's gone mad.
Oh, frames. Sorry, frames, folks. That resets when I am going in and out of cells. I'll put the frames back on. Sorry. Now that's scrolling up on me. Oh, give me strength. It is night time, so the interior of Dragon's Reach is darker. It will lighten up in the day. Alright.
Nothing?
Let's just turn that off.
My lord, please. This is no time for
And again, if it's too dark for you, I will just make it a little bit brighter for your convenience. Alright, folks?
What's the meaning of this interruption?
Who's this then?
Jarl Balgrup is not receiving visitors. Well, that explains why the guards let you in. Come on then. The Jarl will want to.
But you'll notice when we come through to the daytime, it will be much brighter. And so I like this mix-up. I like this blend myself personally. And my chat box has decided to fuck me around again. Okay.
So, you were at Helgen. You saw this dragon with your own eye? By Ismir, Irileth was right. What do you say now, Proventus?
Okay.
Shall we continue to...
Now I go through to the morning just to... So you can see the light change as we go through to the morning, and the bright windows and everything will come back in with lux. There we go. It's starting to change now.
Trust in the strength of our
Okay.
wall.
Let's go through one more. Okay.
Against the dragon?
My lord, we should send troops to Riverwood at once. It's in the most immediate
Come to Dragon's Reach. Take a look. So if you've got the aptitude, you should join the Mages College in Winterhold.
I assume we're preparing to join Ulfric's side and attack him. We should not.
I'll not stand idly by while the dragon burns my hold and slaughters my people. Irileth, send a detachment to Riverwood at once.
Yes, my Jarl.
If you'll excuse me, I'll return to my duties.
That would be best. Well, here. There is... Come, let's go find Farengar.
Okay.
My court wizard. He's been looking into a matter related to these dragons and rumors of dragons.
Hmm. And let's just do this. While we're inside, I want to see the effect I get.
I think I found someone who can help you with your dragon project. Go ahead and fill him in with all the details.
So the Jarl thing... Yes. Well, when I say fetch, I really mean delve into it. Ah, you see, one short... But I began to search for information. I, learned of a certain stone tablet set... Go to Bleak Falls Barrow. Find this tab. Ah, the Dragon Stone of Bleak.
Okay.
Remember, your mind is the best weapon you have.
So the candlelight looks good in the interiors, which is nice, folks. It's always
Farengar,
important.
You need to come at once. A dragon's been sighted nearby.
A dragon? How exciting. Where was it seen? What was it doing?
I'd take this a bit more seriously.
Yeah, I like it, Zeus. It's working well in these interiors at the moment.
I don't know if we can stop it. Let's go.
And there's a difference when it shuts off.
Father says I'm too young to train with the sword, so I practice with my fists.
Yes, my lord.
Tell him what you told me about the dragon.
Yeah, that's Sons of Skyrim and the update by X. Is it X? No, who is it who does the? There's an author that's.
Wow, look at all the colors.
There's an author that's recently put loads of armor, retextured armor mods out, and they're really good. And his name escapes me, so apologise for that.
Head down to the barracks for some food.
It's really good. It's desaturated, so it works well with EMB. Works even better with EMB, I should say.
I've already ordered my men to muster near the main gate.
Good. Don't fail me.
There's no time to stand on ceremony. I want you use, but I haven't forgotten.
Let's go kill a
As
dragon.
And please, accept this gift from my personal armory.
I should come along. I would very much like to see this dragon.
No, I can't afford to risk both of you.
And there it goes. It goes off, and again. And if you notice how the light moves and changes by strength as I scroll in and out of third to first person. I really like that, folks. That's something else I think is pretty unique to the EMB Setting Suns preset. Correct me if you think I'm wrong. Oh, let's just check frames. I'll put the frames back on for you, folks, and we can, because this is always quite a big area. It used to be, you know, you could lose a lot of frames around here, but it looks pretty good. So,
The gods and dragons reach. Say you've aided the Yard on behalf of White
You have ascended from the dung of mortality.
Rorikstead's a nice enough little hamlet, but a boring posting for a god. Dragon.
What's the matter? You can't stand the sight of a strong Nord woman?
there are a few trees in the city which TPOSC adds, Seuss, with other small touches, as you can see.
I work for Bellathor.
So TPOSC edits every town, city and village by varying degrees. Some are more, have got more going on in them than others. Okay. I'm running JK's interiors in the town. And that's all patchful in the all-in-one patch.
What I do know is that it's made the mistake of attacking Whiterun.
Now, most of them probably be chopped down for wood.
Need a
I'm
blade?
sure they would.
We should talk to Adrian at the
you know,
forge.
but I wanted them in there for the TPOSC build, especially Matthew's trees. You know, being that I don't think they'd all be chopped down, because don't forget Nords, yeah, they use wood, but they also revere nature as well. And that's why I put them in there, because I believe the Nordic way of life, you know, along with the plants and everything else, they revered nature. And the Aspins, they'd manage it as well. You know, that's just their way. I mean, for me, that's the way I see, you know, a Nordic way of life. So that was my preference, and I understand not everyone will agree with that or want that or like that. But that's my preference. And there might be a danger in the city, but then they might kill Nazim. And that's a bonus. Maybe. Anyway, okay. Let's just forward the game by an hour. So what's her name catches up with me, so I'm not waiting for her. Did I do that? Okay, then if I did I do that? Alright, here we go.
No signs of any dragon right now.
Let's just save just in case. When I used the single patch, there were big performance issues around here when I was in stream, so I'm hoping I'll get there. Now there's not, let's just wait a second, it's not temp fate. Alright, that's much better than what we saw with the single patch. This is the all-in-one patch for WINTERSUN.
Get under cover. The dragon, it's still around somewhere.
So that is much better, that's cool. That's very nice. I'm going to take him out with one shot if I can.
Save us. Here he comes again.
Nope, I don't think I hit him. Oh, I still didn't get him on him. Got him. Okay. Wait for him to land. That's dispatched him. We can get on with the. We're not gonna fast travel anywhere, folks. We're just gonna travel around now, find more shrines, just piss about really. Oh god, it's getting on. It's 2 hours. Oh. My comment, I'll scroll down my comments in a minute, folks. I can't see them at the moment. My scroll box bloody moved again. It's being really temperamental now. Let's get my wick. Oh. That's that done. Let's move on. I'm just going to come out. Just going to save. I don't think historically the Nords revered nature in the way you mean. I don't know if I agree with that. I think they were very spiritual people. I think they revered not just the warrior spirit, they revered life and death in equal measure, and they revered the natural world around them. Okay, the average day-to-day Nord, you know, or Nordic person, Viking, whatever, whichever part of Scandinavian area you want to look at, you know, but they were incredibly religious in terms of their weapons, the spirit of their weapons and everything else. So I don't know if I necessarily agree with that, Squared. I guess it depends on who and what you read and where you go for your information. Really, at the end of the day. You listen to their stories. They're rich in terms of not just lore, but spiritualism and many other aspects of life. I don't think there's any culture that doesn't embody and revere nature. And yes, no more than when they killed. They still revered their kills and the furs and the meat that they took. But, you know. But anyway, we'll beg to differ on that one. But I mean, I think every, you know, in every culture you have brutal warriors, but then you also have your bards and all the other aspects of that culture. I think it's limited to see with only one eye. When I think of a people of a particular, any culture have many different layers to it. I think that's too much on fucking Hollywood, if you ask me. That's my opinion. But again, you know, we're all entitled to our viewpoints. You know, I think Hollywood and actually modernism does that a lot in how they portray the peoples of different times. Because I think as like with our life, there's subtleties throughout every culture of every time. You know, and I think to see them with a one particular eye is a mistake. Indeed. But anyway, there you go. But yeah, you know, like I say. Now, what am I doing now? Journal. I've used my new shout. I've got to go back to the Jarl, haven't I? You're not making me irritated, mate. Your point of view ain't going to make me irritated. You're entitled to see life the way you want to see it. I'm just thinking on what you said. You know, so, and thinking on why I don't think necessarily the way you do. And I think there's lots of reasons for that. Like I say, our modern culture likes to distort shit in all sorts of ways. So I'm always very much aware of that. And the way, like I say, Hollywood or books or even stories or even history. History teaches us a load of shit for a start in our culture. You only got to travel the world and see some of the sights and to look upon the seas and even other planets in this solar system to know that what we're taught in our schools and our education systems is a load of fucking bollocks. Good. So, if anything aggravates me, it's the lies that have been perpetuated in us by our legacy and by cultural conditioning.
What else could it mean? So what happened
All
at
right?
the watchtower?
So that annoys me. Your opinion doesn't, Squared.
But there must be more to it than that. So it's true. Masters of the way of the voice. The Dragonborn is, if you, the Greybeards.
Oh, back to him again one more time.
Didn't you hear
You've
the
done a great by my
There we go. Now we move on.
I'll
Hooray.
also notify my. We are honored to have you as Thane of our city, Dragonborn.
Centuries, at least.
Yeah. So anyway, there you go. Let's take our
Jarl
follower.
has appointed me to be your house Carl. Lead the way.
I'll tell you what I think, mate. I'm never, ever gonna... I never believe for one moment I'm right with any of them. Because, you know, when I was younger, I had different views to the views I have now, because I've learnt more. What I'm saying is... I just want to check this out, folks. I need to do this. Oh, balls. I forgot about this. Started the game. So I wasn't sure. Let me just... a couple of things I got to think about. When I came into the game, I didn't do this, because I thought maybe with the waterfall mod, folks, I didn't need to do it. But I needed to disable hand place ripples, alright? So now, or when the cell resets, those ripples will be fixed, okay? With splashes of storms, okay? So I forgot to do that. So let's save that, 'cause that's important. And let me go back to say, in terms of viewpoints, like I say, nothing's fixed in my book. I'm always learning, I'm always growing, and I don't see myself as right at any given time. I have an opinion, and that's all it is, and I'll tell you why. Because I learned long ago, right, that everything I've been taught is pretty much a fucking lie anyway. Alright, and I'm going to be honest, that's what I think. Most of what we're taught is a lie. Alright, mixed with truth, mixed with some truths. In our, you know, our cultures want to perpetuate a particular mindset of superiority. It wants to make out that we're always the good guys, we're just, we're right, everything we say is correct, our sciences are perfect. It's bullshit. Most of what we taught is a sack of fucking shit, if you ask me. And that does annoy me, because we all grow up fighting each other because we think we know better when we don't. Alright, it's as simple as that. So that's why, unless someone tries to push my buttons or gets rude or in my face, I don't get aggravated with you for having an opinion. And I don't think I'm right, because like I say, in another 20 years, I'll see things completely different again, because that's how life works, you know? It is a load of fucking bullshit. He's right. In my opinion, he's right. We have been taught a load of fucking shit. You look at the ancient buildings, right, and tell me how people with copper chisels built the fucking pyramid. That preceded the Egyptians, all right? Like our culture, it's evolved over years, and we've got more technology. The pyramid was there before the Egyptians. They tried to copy it, and if you look at the pyramids, or the so-called the pyramids they tried to build after the fact, you know, so it's all bullshit, you know, and they're aligned to the stars, the pyramids as well. And they're aligned to planets we didn't even know existed. All right, Dwemer technology is a story within Skyrim, which is a reflection of that. All right, you've got different people in different, you know, you've got the Nord way of life, and you've got the bloody Dwemers sitting next to them. Or a bit further back in history. So, you know, I mean, it's all bullshit. So I will never, ever, if people have a different opinion of me, fine. I don't think I'm right. I don't. Simple as that, folks, you know? Never, you know? I don't know shit. Neither do you, as far, you know, very, very few of us know anything. Yeah, Sumerian tablets is a good thing to investigate if you're into studying history, alright? It really is. Gilgamesh and all the rest of it, okay? Go out and do your research. Make your own mind up on things, folks. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to anyone else. Work things out for yourself. Be careful what you read, because there's a lot of bollocks out there as well. And just use your eyes, use your heart, use your instinct. Work things out for yourself. Because that's the only freedom you've got. The ability to think for yourself. Don't think that someone else knows where it's at, because they don't. None of us do. It's all a load of shit. Most of it. And a lot of it doesn't matter. That's why I won't fight, you know, I don't fight people, you know. It's just bollocks. Why would I want to fight some stranger, you know, over something I don't know nothing about? Which is a fucking lie, you know. We don't know nothing, and all we can do is help each other and to learn what the truth was, you know. You know, it's just ridiculous what people fight over, because most of it is fucking bullshit. It really is. You know, they fed you a load of bullshit from the moment you're born, and you think it's right, and you go out and die for it. All right, okay then. You know, there's one thing to defending your life from an invader, you know, so on and so forth. There's another thing, dying for a fucking lie. You know, yeah, exactly. But anyway, I won't go on, folks. You know, all I'm saying is, Squared, I won't fall out with you. If you've got a different opinion to me, whether you believe in God or Jesus or anything, that's all your rights. It's not my right to tell you you're wrong or to think that what you're thinking is bullshit, 'cause that's just arrogance. It's just arrogance on my part. You know, all I can do is think for myself. And again, that's what happens, folks, when you have value. This goes back to what we were talking about earlier, right? If you have your own self-respect and value, you're not trying to impose upon other people. You know? You're not trying to impose because you've got your own sense of worth. All right? You know, if you're thinking for yourself, you're not a sheep following a group mentality, then oh shit, what's going on? Where is it? Oh. That's why they want, that's for example, right? I'm not going to bring up any particular religion, but religion, with religion, there's, you know, you've got your mediator to God, the priest. You don't only need a mediator to talk to God. You're divine by his own hand if you believe in God. You don't need a priest to be your mediator. You need to talk to God directly. Why do you need a third party who collects all your money and lives in fancy buildings? I'm sorry, it doesn't wash. All right? And I know some people may be religious, so I don't upset any religious individual. I believe in a God, if you like, a universal creator that binds everything together. And you're divine in your own right. You don't need a third party. If you're confident in yourself, if you're able to stand on your own 2 feet, rationalize things, you don't need someone else directing you. This is all about well-being. This is all about psychological well-being. It doesn't mean you can't believe in religion or anything else, but you don't then get you know, like, think of the Crusades. Oh, God will forgive you and all your sins are you know, come and do his holy good work. Oh, come on, really? Hi, Peter, nice to see you. You know, like I said, what I'm saying is I don't know about God or anything else much, but what I do know is, right, is that, you know, just be careful what you believe in and what you follow. Because most of it serves other people and not you. It serves other people's interests, not yours. Anyway, there you go. You know, and I think if you've got a healthy psychology, you know, rationalize and work things out for yourself, you know. You know? Yeah, exactly, you know. You know, like I say, I said to you before in a previous stream, you know, I think all things are bound together. I think all our lives are sacred. And I think what goes on in this world mostly is people are trying to manipulate you to fuel their own agendas. That's mostly what's going on. And most of our so-called education is actually indoctrination. I'm not saying it doesn't have a value. Just be careful where you let it lead you to, you know? That's all I'm saying. There's many good things in our cultures, in all cultures. You know, the UK culture, American culture, so on and so forth, Islam, whatever. There's many cultures that have many valuable things to it, you know? But, I mean, just be careful, you know, because a lot of it is a crock of shit, in my opinion. They're out to fucking con you, you know? Take the piss out of you. Ruin your family, ruin you. Don't buy into it, is what I say. For the sake of the family, for the sake of yourself. So, you know. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, question. Always question. And always have an open mind, ready to change and admit when you're wrong. And that's why I say, I never say I know anything or I'm right. I just follow my own way, what I think to be right at any given time, you know. But the law that I live by is do no harm. I think it's that simple, really. Natural law. Do no harm. Unless you're defending yourself, you know. Let people live in peace with yourself, you know. Don't be you know. But again, I'm sorry about that, folks. But you know, it's an interesting conversation. You know, Squared made a point of view. I didn't necessarily agree with it, and Squared didn't say I don't upset you. You're not upsetting me, mate. But I understand you're being careful because you don't want to cause offence, and I appreciate that. I don't want to cause you offence, but this is the reason I've gone on to this chat. If you've just joined the stream, you see, folks, because you know, everyone should be able to have an opinion. And you know, and that should be okay, you know. You know, we're different ages, different experiences, so on and so forth. So we're all going to be sitting in different places. We all have a different understanding by the way our parents brought us up, or by the way society's touched us, or the wider world, you know. So you know, and we've all got to have time to grow and to change. And trying to force someone into your point of view is not the way to go, you know. Who says you're right or I'm right, you know? It's bullshit. But anyway, there you go, folks. What time is it? Let's go through to the morning. We'll head down towards Windhelm. And I am going to finish up because it's 2 hours 20 now, folks, and I need some food. But I'll just come through to the morning, all right? And I'll just finish off on a more sedate, in a more sedate manner, a more quieter manner. Oh, look at that. Oh, wow. That's a nice way to finish, maybe. Let's just go through. Just a bit brighter. Oh, even better. I just... Oh, I got a wolf on my ass. So yeah, don't be afraid of giving your opinions. As long as you're not being cruel or indifferent to others, you know, you're entitled to think any way you want, you know. You know, I'm not dogmatic in that regard. Like I say, do no harm. That's you know. And again, if you're going to do whatever you do it to aid others, to help others, you know, not to hinder them, you know, cause shit in their lives. That's all I say, you know. And I will say, folks, talking about helping people, if you want to help the TPOSC project in any way, feel free to do so. Whether that's sharing the streams, donating, or any other way that you can help, I'd appreciate it. It is full-time work. But yeah, I'll tell you what, Suze, I'll say this. What upsets me more than anything is the shit that I see in life and the way when I see people suffer. Because like I said, I worked in healing and therapy for years. And one of the reasons I walked away from it is because I learned the system is there to create issues, not to heal them. They're not interested in healing our societies. They want us dysfunctional. They want us fragmented. They want us fucked up because then they can keep control. That's why I left that work. Because most of the systems like social services and all the rest of it ain't there to cause and heal stuff. It's there to cause fucking problems. All right? It does some good work in between. All right, it does do some good work in between. There are good people in it, but the system itself is to perpetuate the cycles. And that was a hard lesson learning that one, because as a younger man, I was a bit more, you know, believing in the system. And but again, as you grow up, you understand that the system's not there to help you, not ultimately. It's there to perpetuate a cycle. Yeah. It's there to perpetuate a cycle. All right. It's there to perpetuate their power and their abuses. You know, government is the coldest of all cold monsters, and coldly it lies. Government and the people, it's not. Everything the government has, it's stolen, and everything it says is pretty much a lie. And as you grow up, you learn that. Not all the people that work within it, there's good people trying to do good things, but the system itself that's run by the few. Yeah? Not the politicians, they're just puppets. The deep state that never changes. They're out to take the piss out of you and perpetuate their own power. Look at that, folks, and I'll leave it there. I hope the light shines on you all, and you all find your way, and you all find your joy and happiness in life, because we're all entitled to do that, all right? And that's what they try to fuck up with your families, your children, generation upon generation. And if you don't believe that, open up your eyes to the last 3 years and think again. And now I am agitated, Squared Zeus, because they piss me off. All right? And at my age, like I say, I don't give a shit. But that is a nice way to finish a stream, folks. Not my rant so much. Sorry about that. Got a little bit emotional there. But in terms of this sunset and TPOSC. And as you can see, I think this all-in-one patch is pretty good. And again, you know, I'm not out to offend anyone. You know, but I will speak my truth. And I have, again, it's about confidence and self-assurity. And I have no issues in doing that. And again, because again, I've seen a lot of good people, remember, get hurt in life. And I don't like that. All right, that's not, you know, I don't like that sort of shit going on around me. I never have, I never will. That's not my nature. Do no harm. And if people don't understand that, I really don't give a shit, to be honest with you. Because, you know, if you're someone out there who's always looking to take advantage of other people, well, fuck you, basically, you know. Because that's, you know, I don't live like that. I've never lived like that. I never will live like that. I refuse to live like that because that's not what we're about. Unless you're some sort of, you know, psychopath or sociopath that has, because you've allowed the system to take away your fucking soul. Because that's what happens. Not I don't understand it, but like I say. And on that note, I'm going to leave it with this beautiful sunset, folks. I'm going to go and eat. Thank you for joining me. And again, you know, please remember, I'm not trying to cause anyone offence. I'm a gamer, but I'm also a father, a husband, you know. And I do care about people, even if they are on the other side of the world, because we are all interconnected, and it affects us all one way or another. You know what happens. You know, we do live in a big society, if you like, a one world. We are more aware of each other, and what happens to other people will come and happen to us. You know, if evil isn't challenged, if we don't defend our families and ourselves and our cultures, then we're going to get what we deserve. And these are pivotal moments in history once again, like there's been in the past, you know? Exactly. But anyway, folks, look, thanks for sharing your time with me. I'm going to come on out. I'll leave it there. So Squared, Peeler, thanks for joining me. I hope you have a lovely day, Peeler, and you, Squared, okay? And Python, you take care, Python. Thanks for joining. Yoef, Lemonade Drinker. Who else have I got? Jake, thanks for joining today, Jake. NATO, thanks so much, man. All right. Who else? I think that's everyone. Jack, if you ever join me at all in the streams. Strictly, if you've been about. For anyone and everywhere, well, for anyone who's joined me, right? Thanks so much. I appreciate you sharing your time with me today. I will see you when I can next see you, folks, in the next stream, all right? I don't know when that will be. Maybe 3 or 4 days, something like that, because it's the school holidays. Anyway, on that note, I'll leave it there. Thanks, NATO. Thanks for staying around. And thanks for the donations. I appreciate it. You all take care. I am Nesbit. You're the people of Skyrim. Good gaming, folks.